Yeah. Every week I slide in, break it down just right. Talking boats with the passion that I bring to the mic. From the big time plays to the moments we grind. You know I'm keeping it honest, that real talk every time. I've been watching this team since way back then, and now I'm riding with my people through the losses and wins. When you pull up to the show, you know what you gon' get. 4630 in the building, Chargers fan represent.
Chargers talk 4630, yeah, we break it down clean. Real fans, real talk, everything in between. From the field to the fans, every moment we see. Turn it up, tune in, it's the place to be. Chargers talk, Chargers talk, Chargers talk, Chargers talk, Chargers talk. Yeah, let's ride. Chargers talk. Check out Stacy on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And also don't forget about BoCap immediately following each Chargers game.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Chargers Talk 4630. This is Stacy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still coming down off that emotional high from that win over the Philadelphia Eagles. That was one of those games that took a lot out of you, right? Up and down, physical, emotional. One of those wins where it wasn't always pretty, but it tells you something about who this team is becoming. And those are the ones that usually mean the most. Now, the thing about wins like that is you don't really get time to enjoy them, right? Because as soon as you catch your breath, you look up and here come the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's what I want to talk about today, because this isn't just another divisional game. This isn't just Chargers versus Chiefs like we've seen in years past. The timing of this one matters. Where both teams are right now matters. And what this game could mean for the rest of the season absolutely matters. So let's get into it, because when you really step back and look at it, this is one of those moments, right? Week 15, Chargers and Chiefs. And for the first time in a long time, this game isn't about Kansas City flexing its muscles, right? It's about Kansas City surviving. Think about that. We're talking about a Chiefs team that has basically lived in the AFC Championship game and Super Bowls for almost a decade now. A team we used to circling on the calendar and saying, yeah, that's probably a loss. But now, they're the ones on the edge, and the Chargers are the ones holding the door. Now, before anybody says I'm getting ahead of myself or being disrespectful, let me be clear. This isn't about crowning anything. This is just about recognizing where both teams actually are right now. Because in this scenario, you got the Chargers sitting at 9-4, coming off a tough overtime victory against Philly. Not pretty, not perfect, but tough and gritty. And those are the games that good teams find a way to win, right? And meanwhile, you got Kansas City sitting at 6-7. Let that sink in for a second. 6-7. They're not fighting for the division. They don't control their own destiny, but they need help, and they need a win right now. And if the Chargers go into Arrowhead and beat them, that's not just a rivalry win. That's a season-altering loss for Kansas City. Now, let's talk reality. The Chargers team is not going into Arrowhead healthy or comfortable. It's no secret that Justin Herbert is playing with a broken bone in his non-throwing hand. That matters. People have told me, yeah, but it's not his throwing hand. But anyone who's ever played football knows that hand takes contact every snap. Handoffs, falls, helmets, bodies. It all affects you, right? And on top of that, you're still dealing with an offensive line that's been a rotating door of guys who aren't really starters. Guys protecting Herbert who not that long ago was on the street. So no, this isn't some perfectly built offense firing and clicking on all cylinders, right? But here's where context matters. What the Chargers do have right now is balance. You got Kamani Vidal running hard between the tackles. And at this point, we have to really stop acting like this is a fluke now. He's shown he could play in this league and play at a high level. He finishes runs, he doesn't dance, and he makes defenses feel him. And now you add Omari and Hampton back in the mix, right? And that's not just depth. That's a weapon. That's a big weapon. That changes how defenses line up. That changes how much pressure Justin Herbert has to deal with. And that matters too, especially against a Chiefs defense with Chris Jones that still knows how to bring that heat. This game offensively isn't about Herbert throwing it 45 times and playing hero ball. It's about efficiency. It's about staying ahead of the chains. It's about long drives that keep Patrick Mahomes watching from the sideline. Because the fastest way to beat Kansas City has always been keeping number 15 off the field. Now, defensively, this is where the Chargers have really earned respect around the league. This defense has been playing at a high level, very disciplined and very physical. And when you play Mahomes, consistency matters more than chaos. You just can't freelance rush lanes, right, and hope for sacks. That's how he kills you. You've got to collapse the pocket. You have to make him uncomfortable. And you have to force him to throw on rhythm and not improvise. And here's the part people don't want to talk about. This version of the Chiefs has made mistakes. A lot of them. Uncharacteristic mistakes. Turnovers, missed assignments, drop passes in big moments. That aura, that feeling that they'll figure it out no matter what, it's not what it used to be. Now, don't get it twisted. Arrowhead is still Arrowhead. Andy Reid is still Andy Reid. Pat Mahomes is still Pat Mahomes. This is not going to be a walkthrough. I get that. But we know that pressure does something to teams. And Kansas City hasn't handled the pressure well this season. And if the Chargers come out clean, if they don't beat themselves, if they stay patient, if they play physical, this becomes a very uncomfortable afternoon for the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's where belief comes in, right? Not arrogance, not disrespect, just belief. Belief that even with the quarterback playing through pain, with one hand, even with the offensive line held together by tape and effort, even without protection, this Chargers team is good enough. They've already beaten Kansas City once. They're playing better defense. They're more balanced offensively. And most importantly, they're not chasing anymore. They just defeated the reigning, defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. The Chargers are standing in front of the door, and the Chiefs are the ones knocking. I'm not predicting dominance. I'm not predicting blowouts, but I am predicting a fight that the Chargers want to have. And I do believe the Chargers make one more play when it matters the most. And if they do that, this isn't just a win. It's another statement. Thank you for joining Chargers Talk 4630. I'm Stacy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to continue to get our content and to help our podcast grow. We got another couple of days and another big game coming up. All of these games are so important. These last 4 weeks of the football season, all going to be playoff games. There's no room for error. I'm looking forward to this one with the Kansas City Chiefs because the Chargers, for the first time in a long time, can do something they haven't done in over a decade. A lot longer, and that's eliminate the Kansas City Chiefs from postseason play this season. How big would that be? Who would have thought that in the beginning of the season? I'll see y'all in a couple of days. Both up.
Check out Stacy on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. And also don't forget about BoCap immediately following each Chargers game.